Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. This time I will show you another 2 matches because my video backlog is way too big. So I'm clearing it up so I can start fresh and new in this new year. Yeah, though there are a few special videos coming with a few suits I really like and I want to do some extra editing with that one. But I haven't worked on those yet as of this recording. Either way, this match is in the Bawoo, the Zeon's answer to the Zeta Gundam. And yeah, the Bawoo, while based on the Zeta Gundam, through back deal doors from Anaheim Electronics, well, they did incorporate the newest technology, whereas this thing, I'd say, easily overwhelms the Zeta Gundam in terms of on-paper performance and firepower. Because when this was made, this was during the age of, well, when firepower was rising, and you see that in Double Zeta a lot. But yeah. The Bawoo, otherwise, is a... Oh, almost had to cough there. Excuse me. The Bawoo was made by Neo Zeon, and again, based on the Zeta Gundam. You can easily see that on the torso and the legs and a bunch of different things. Also, I'd say the arms. And it has, while I don't know any predecessors for it, I do know that the Bawoo has influenced Federation technology and Zeon technology as well. Later on in Unicorn, during UC 96, there would be a specialized Bawoo created or customized for full frontal, which we know in GBO2 as the Bawoo. And that thing, yeah, it was made to keep up with the times with the limited resources that Zeon had, or in this case, the sleeves. Other than that, the Bawoo's function to split into 2 different aircrafts, one that was kind of like a drone and the other one being, well, used by a pilot. The torso section would later be incorporated into the Theta Plus, which also derives from several mobile suits like the Double Zeta, the Zeta Plus, I'd say, yeah, the Zeta Plus, the Double Zeta, the Zeta Gundam, basically a bunch of different mobile suits from the Zeta plan. And it was fielded by the Federation when Neo Zeon popped up again for the umpteenth time. Honestly, even though I'm a fan of Neo Zeon, I'm getting kind of tired of how many times in UC there's, ah yes, another Neo Zeon faction, what a surprise! Honestly, I'm going to say it. I think Neo Zeon, or well, Zeon should have died out earlier, because there's way too many different versions of Zeon, like for the umpteenth time. But yeah, back to the Bawoo. And this is, well, as you see, this is quite a stomp match, which is the title I gave to this video when I recorded it originally was Bawoo, the Stomp Musical, because my team does so well, it felt like to the rhythm of music, if that makes any sense at all. It just felt like everything went into a certain rhythm, and it all went according to plan. Like every little attack, almost. Obviously, I missed quite a few, and I'd say I just had a really good team. And yeah, sadly the enemy team wasn't as well coordinated as I was, or I was as my team was. You understand what I mean? But yeah, this is my, yeah, I get destroyed at least once, but yeah, that's not really that impressive. And someone went to our base, which I don't really understand. They should have captured the point, which would have given them an advantage in terms of position. They could have pushed us back if they took over the capture point, but they didn't. And you're going, oh no, don't worry, got another stun for you, boy. That is a Yakushiki Kai. I think for a small bit during the match I might have mistaken it for full armor, but then I saw the full armor Mark III and I was like, nah, they don't have a second support. But yeah, what else does the Bawoo have? I don't remember many variants of it as far as I know. I just know the Bawoo and the original Bawoo and the mass production Bawoo, which doesn't have the mega particle cannon shield, and that's about it. You'd think the Bawoo would be in a revolutionary design that Neo Zeon would use more, but they didn't. But yeah, we're basically at the end of the match. Also, if anyone hears it, I'm playing Silent Voice from Double Zeta, because that OSC is so good, so freaking good. I don't know why. I just really like it. There was no reason for me to downswing my ally. I was being way too greedy there. But at least I apologized and I had fun. Obviously, because I can just screw around. But yeah, we almost had a full team of Zeta-like mobile suits, which is pretty fun, except for the full armor Gundam. And on the enemy team, yeah, it was kind of a mixed thing. But yeah, I did pretty good, I'd say myself. A well-deserved second place. So yeah, there we go. And now we're going to the second round. The second round will be a Dom, which, if anyone knows, is one of my all-time favorite mobile suits in a Universal Century. And this time it's the Dom Cannon. Because what's better than having a cannon and a bazooka like separately? It's having both. Exactly. That went completely wrong, but oh well. Yeah, this will be a more exciting match, I would say. On both sides, it's pretty much all Zeon suits. So this is pretty much two Zeon factions fighting against each other. And for some reason, in the Arctic, there's a Zogok. But hey, I guess then again, there is, I mean, maybe there was water. I mean, in the base, this map, which is based on War in the Pocket, well, that was water. Otherwise, the aquatic mobile suits wouldn't have be able to get here. So, yeah. So honestly, that can still work. But yeah, we have a Gasha, a Zakutu Stutzer, an Afrit Noct, and an Afrit. And we're fighting a Zogok, another Dom Cannon, what else? I already forgot. I think they have an Efreet as well, a Dom Tropen. Yeah, right there, and a Goof Vish Donahue, which is the surname I can't pronounce, and for some reason I couldn't hit that. But yeah, the Dom Cannon, by the way, is obviously, you would say it was based on the Dom, but it isn't. It's based on the prototype Dom. And the prototype Dom was later used to make the Dom Tropical test type. So specifically for, well, tropical environments, which influenced both the Dom Tropen, but it also led to the conclusion that Neozeon grabbed other Dom test types and they modified them for support roles, and from that the Dom Cannon, Twin Cannon type and the Single Cannon type were born. And they, even though according to the descriptions they should have ample ramming power, because you know the Dom is quite well armored for a mobile suit, it's kind of, and it should be pretty fast, but it's not that fast for, well, obviously because it's a support. So, but it's no wait. The Dom support is pretty damn fast. I don't remember. I haven't checked the speed stats in quite a while. But yeah, I'm going to repair for a bit, which we're going to skip ahead with, because why would you need to see that? So yeah, I'm going to go on the base, and it turns out I'm surrounded. Oh yeah, and that's something I want to, I don't know why, but they gave the Dom Cannons the possibility to use the high mobility Gelgoog rocket launchers, which I don't understand why, because those were specifically used by the Space Forces, by Gelgoogs, and not only that, a bunch of Gelgoogs were used by Aces or the Chimera Corps from one of Cassilia's special forces. And most of the Aces that used Gelgoogs were in that specific corps. So that's kind of weird, because Cassilia requisitioned a bunch of weapons, and or at least took a lot of the stuff that was for Gelgoogs and whatever. She always had some of the best equipment, from what I know. Because she also had the Zakus, if my lore is right. But yeah, here I'm going to push with my allies, and I think I didn't notice them retreating, because here I'm going, I thought, okay, I'm going for higher ground, and then my ally's going to help, right? And then it turns out they are behind me, and yeah, it's kind of, if only I had a few more seconds, and if I didn't get distracted by the Dom Tropen, maybe I would have, yeah. I don't know, yeah, I'm surrounded by the entire enemy team, and I'm not sure what my team is, so I'm guessing they're bullying the one guy that's also alone. Because of course those things happen. But yeah, we're on the final minute, pretty much. And here's a little fun part that's going to happen. The enemy Dom Cannon is right there, and I think, okay, I'm going to fight them. I'm just going to stand still. I'm just going to stunlock them. He's trying to, he's trying to maneuver away from my shots. And he only hits me after he also stands still, so that's pretty amusing. But then again, I shoot him again and my allies get him. So, and that nets me a nice assist score. So yeah. However, that was a pretty fun exchange. That I was able to do that. That was my favorite part in this entire match. But yeah, I did pretty good, I'd say. And I honestly had fun watching this match. I don't remember if I had fun. I'm pretty sure I was frustrated a few times. Yeah, not on the board in terms of damage. And I didn't beat my rival. But I'd say that's fair because they did more damage and more individual score and more kills. So honestly, I'd say that's pretty fair. I had more assist score. Diversion I don't count, that is complete bull. Oh well. Thank you all for watching and have a nice day.